All right, so for today's devotion, we are going to be looking at Joel chapter 3. This is actually the last chapter in 3, and we're actually going to be looking at verse 3 here in it. Before I read the verse for you, I want to give you a little bit of the context of what's happening here in this passage. Again, the people of the message that is being given to are turning their lives to something other than God. They are placing their trust and their hope and their love to some other nation, some other whatever, and hoping that they're going to provide for their provision and provide for their protection. But we start seeing here is this showing of what happens when we begin placing our hope and trust in anything else but God. We start seeing a very strong level of mistreatment happening here. Let me read for you verse 3 here. It says, "And they have cast lots for my people, and they have traded a boy for a prostitute, and have sold a girl for wine, and have drunk it." We see here in this passage, as odd as it might sound, there's a high level of mistreatment happening. The people have trusted in something, and it didn't turn out like they wanted it to be. And I wrote kind of in the written version of the devotion, in ministry, mistreatment and finding someone being mistreated is probably one of the most heartbreaking parts of being a pastor, because the mistreatment might be a physical one, or it could even be a sexual sort of abuse and mistreatment, but it doesn't always have to be in that way, shape, or form. It could easily be an emotional level of mistreatment. Say like you're special somebody, you just find out has another special somebody other than you. That's gonna be a mistreatment on your part. Or let's say this is a very spiritual mistreatment, where you have decided to step up and step into a very devoted life for Christ, but the rest of your family has a strong disdain for Christianity or any religion for whatnot. And so you're feeling very isolated from your family because of the decision that you have made to follow Christ. That's gonna feel like a mistreatment. And any sort of mistreatment, in any way, shape, or form you find it, it's going to leave a mark on your life. There's gonna be a shattered confidence. There's gonna be this feeling of worthlessness, and it's gonna feel this overwhelmingness of unlovableness, if that's a word that can be inside your story. And this is truly why God designed everything the way that He did, where you and I were devoting our lives to Him. Because when we begin devoting our stories and our lives and our passions to anything else other than Him, what we're going to find is this brokenness and confusingness and this shattered confidence and this mistreatment. And so if you are tired of finding yourself exhausted and drained and just feeling of belittlement and mistreatment, I'm going to encourage you to take a step. This step is going to be a way and out of these spots where you have devoted yourself to anywhere else but God, and begin stepping into and devoting yourself back in to Christ. Because what's going to happen when you start stepping into this and devoting yourself to Christ other than anything else, you're going to begin finding fulfillment. You're going to begin to finding purpose. You're going to be able to find love again inside your story. And if that sounds appealing, if that's a desirable sort of life, it should be, because it was so perfect for you that Jesus died on the cross so that you can have it. And so if you are tired of finding yourself drained all the time and mistreated from all these other areas of your story, drop the unfulfilling drains. Drop whatever it is that you are devoting your life to other than Christ, and give your life over to Him. Just pour out yourself onto Him. Give Him your passions, your attention, your focus, your life. Because that was a design that God had all along. And if we go off of His design, don't be surprised to find yourself unfulfilled. So I want to pray for you here to encourage you to be able to make these steps and make these changes, because I know that God has a plan for you, and His plan includes you being devoted to Him. So I'm going to pray for you, like I said, to encourage you to make these steps. Father, I want to thank You for allowing me to be able to share this message of encouragement. Lord, I thank you for setting up a plan and a direction for us that we can devote our stories onto you. So Lord, I pray for those of us here who haven't yet devoted our lives to you completely. I pray that we have the courage to do that. And for those of us who have a relationship with you, but have maybe veered off course a little bit, I pray that we can begin shifting our focus back onto you, back onto the plan that you've designed for us here. Thank you for your love, and thank you for taking care of us. In your name I pray, amen. Thank you guys, and remember, Jesus loves you.